Now, I know what some of you are thinking, Jeff, you just put out a video recently breaking down how collector's reserves work on the collection track. I did, but they changed them in the most recent patch. Let's go ahead and dive on into the details and talk about how the boxes that will be giving you cards past collection level 1000 now work in Marvel Snap. Before we dive into the details here, shout out to these wonderful charts from one of the data miners in the Snap.fan Discord server. Let's break down what all of these metrics mean for you at home while you're opening your reserves. To start with, every one of the reserves is broken down into 4 types. There is a box that always has 100 collector's tokens. There is a card box. We will find series 3, 4, or 5 cards in them. There is an assets box that has various cosmetics, avatars, titles, and variants. And there is a currency box that has credits or gold contained within it. Now, the big difference between the reserves in this latest update versus the reserves prior is there's not just a 25% chance to get each of these 4 types of boxes. You're guaranteed to get one of each of these types of reserves per group of 4 as you move up the ladder. This means in a row, you're going to get some mix of 1 currency, 1 asset, 1 card, 1 collector. It's not going to be possible to get runs of individual things, which makes the experience of how you're going to collect things as you progress up the collection track level more consistent across different accounts. Now, when it comes to opening our reserves, there's a few things we should know. The first is that reserves containing assets as well as currency are purely random. What this means is your asset reserves, multiple in a row, could all contain the same thing. Same thing with your currency. You could get 400 credits, 3 currency reserves in a row. The card reserves, however, work differently, where you're getting your series 3, 4, and 5 card from. Similar to how the base reserves are guaranteed to have one of each of these 4 different options per group of 4, your reserves that contain cards are guaranteed to have a series 4 card in every group of 10 reserves. What this means is that if you consider the fact that you're getting a card 1 per 4 reserves, and then 1 per 10 of those reserves you're guaranteed to get a series 4 card, you're getting 1 series 4 card per 40 reserves that you open. Now, the chance at getting the ultra rare series 5 cards, things like Galactus and Thanos, there's no set amount for those. They are purely random. In each of these other 9 not series 4 reserves that you open, you have a 1.11% chance to get a series 5 card out of them, which that translates to a roughly 0.25% chance to open a series 5 card in any given reserve. Now, in the previous video, you heard me talk about pity timers, which is a way to say there was a maximum of how unlucky you could get with how much distance there could be between new cards that you could open. With this set system having a specific distribution of types of reserves that you open, there isn't really a pity timer in a formal sense. What it does mean in a functional sense, however, is that when you are still opening series 3 cards, at most you will go between 7 reserves without getting a new card. It also means, however, if you do go 7 reserves between getting cards, your next card after those 2 that were 7 apart is guaranteed to be somewhere in the next 4. Similarly, with series 4 card reserves being 1 per 40 that you open, this means the maximum distance between series 4 cards you could open on the collection track is 79 reserves apart, which is almost 1,000 collection levels. Now, don't fret. Again, just like when we're thinking about how this system works with the smaller gaps in the Series 3 cards, if you do hit that extra wide gap with 79 in between, it means that your 3rd card that you're going to be getting after that is guaranteed to come within half that distance. That kind of makes up for it. Finally, a question that gets asked a lot is, Jeff, what happens when I have every card in Series 3 with my reserves? Is it just more likely for me to get Series 4 or Series 5 cards? The answer is no. not directly. So when you have every Series 3 card in Marvel Snap, your chance to get a Series 3 card inside of these other boxes that are 9 per group of 10 in these card openings are replaced instead with 400 collector tokens. You still have that 1.11% chance to open one of those ultra rare Series 5 cards, but when you don't hit that, you'll simply be building up your collector's tokens amount towards buying the specific Series 4 or Series 5 card that you're after inside of your token shop. In fact, when you are Series 3 complete, this is the metric that I use for the end game calculations in my collector's token breakdown video, where you'll acquire approximately 6,000 collector tokens per month as a free-to-play endgame player who has acquired every Series 3 card. So in closing, there's now 4 different types of things you can open from reserves: cards, cosmetics, currency, credit/gold, and then guaranteed collector tokens. As you level up along the track, you're guaranteed to get one of each of these 4 types per group of 4 reserves that you open, which makes for a more consistent experience. It means exceptional bad luck is no longer possible, but it also means exceptional good luck isn't an option either, and this will be sort of an equalizer towards where everyone is going to be completing their collection overall based on how many cards are available in the game. Also noteworthy that you do not acquire Series 4 and Series 5 cards faster directly, even if you are Series 3 complete. You do, however, acquire a good deal more collector tokens faster, which lets you get your collection complete through the token shop in the shop page. As always, thank you to everybody that made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember, if you learned something, to tap that like button and leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite part was. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I post Marvel Snap, game news, deck highlights, and other tidbits here 7 days a week, and we'd love to see you back again. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks.